Good morning, guys. Oh my goodness. Alright, so technically I did the sketch for this day. So technically we have to do both of these today because today is the 4th of January. You're not even seeing what I'm talking about. Hold on. There we go. So technically we have to also do this. And I'm excited. Here's some water. Go drink some water real quick. Buckle up. Oh yeah. I cleaned out the thing. I need to stop. I have to put this on the bottom first. And then put this on here so I can use this. We're gonna start clearing up this sketch. Awesome. What the can I grip it? Can I hold it? Hold on. I thought about this one a lot just because you know, I could leave this as a sketch and it'll be fine, to be honest, but I really want to get back to it and do it. And today I woke up at 5 p.m. and it's currently like 6 p.m. I forgot to bring my laptop for music, but whatever, I don't care. So I'm trying to just be as productive as I possibly can so I can run out of energy, so I can sleep at night, because if not I won't be able to sleep. And I also have an issue where I go to sleep but I'm not actually tired even though I'm exhausted. But anyway, let's try to color match this. I really don't think it's this. I think it's this. It's also like a hint of this. It's like a light, it's like this color and this color mixed together for the branches, but also let's not forget the brown, because we do need that brown. What does that color look like? It looks gray, honestly. It honestly looks great. Oh wait, we could add this. We could add the copper color instead of this one. So the person is gonna be, I'll put this here. The person, we're gonna make it purple because that's me and I'm purple. So we're gonna see that the purple, these colors are sucked out of their life force in comparison to the rest. Here's the rest, if you can even see it properly. Aside from the white and the black that is gone, we have these colors that have been drained out of their life source. and then there's the yellow over there, and then there's this one. You know, we might not be able to actually tell if they have been drained out of their life source actually or no. Okay, we're back to the Pocket, this system, because I need to edit these videos myself. So hope you guys are doing well. All right, cool. So let's start with background. Are we drawing the skin tone again like I did with this one? Dude, I love this. I love it. It's so shiny, but like it looks so different on like when I took the picture. Oh, the texture, I love it. I love everything. Okay, are my clips are here. I'm ready to like pin this down. All right, let's go. I think it's also funny. Here's some thoughts. Oh no, please tell me this is still dry. I mean, wet, not dry. Okay. I might be talking a little bit. Because I have some food for thought that I've been thinking about recently. The fuck? Ugh. Because as many of you know, I graduated high school recently. That is not the color. Oh my gosh. I graduated high school recently, and I've been taking pictures my whole life, and like literally my whole life, since I had access to a camera and stuff like that kind of thing. Oh, it looks, I don't know how to color match, guys. Hope you know that. It needs like white. Which, is it still here, or is the white in the room with us? Yeah, it is. Oh, what? Oh, it's shredded. Okay. It's like weird textured, but it's fine. Either way, I've been taking pictures my whole life, and something that was kind of food for thought for me was the whole thing of a photographer's like issue, like why photographers struggle in drawing classes and painting and stuff like that is because we're so used to our canvases being like already filled in. The information's already there, so we don't need, we don't need to do it ourselves. Meanwhile, with drawing, you gotta do it yourself. And I never really thought about that, but it really hit me. I was like, you're so right. Like, actually, like, that's actually insane. I never thought about that. Like, I always wondered why I wasn't able to really, like, I know how to make up a background in my head, but how do you actually fill everything up? Like, I think that's absolutely insane. I also think I made this too dark, so I messed it up a little bit. This poor watercolor brush is like, what the hell are we doing here for? What's all this for? Suffer? And I say yes to suffer. Okay, so I think what I said earlier, it's been like 5 months. It's June 4th today. And I think what I meant to say is that photographers have their canvases already instantly maximized with absolutely every pixel, every little bit, every little dot covered with something, with a color or anything. So when we start to paint on a blank canvas or when we start to draw on blank anything, we have trouble making things up. Like, oh, how do we make a background in the sense of what do we put in the background? What color do we make it? And what color do we make anything else? And also color theory, like how do shadows look? Because to us, it kind of just comes automatically. Because when it comes to, for example, my photography, I like to control every absolute piece that I can manipulate, like the background, the backdrop, the lights, what kind of colored lights, the subjects, I don't know, like makeup, clothing, position, like pose, etc. Any extra objects, symbols, etc. I like to be as full of symbolism as possible and just have full control of it. But I kind of don't really edit much, so I don't really add anything else other than what I do have in the set. So when it comes to painting, drawing, and stuff like that, it's just more difficult because it's kind of something that we're not used to. I hope that made better sense than what I just said, because when I heard that, I was like, wait, what? That's not what I learned. That's not, I kind of just said that in a very weird way. But yeah, I'm just currently editing and thought that'd be good information to keep in mind. Dude, okay. So I just realized that this has a lot, like watercolor has a lot to do with transparency, and that the fact that I do not like very full value things. Also, hello, look at this, bro. I was kind of like gathering my thoughts for a little bit because I'm like, I feel like a little bit of like impostering myself, like, oh, you're not doing what you were supposed to fucking do, you asshole. And I'm like, oh my god, calm down, don't talk to me like that, please. You are me, and I understand that we went through hell and back to be able to be at a art school, photography school specifically. And then, you know, I understand everything we've been through. I understand. Of course, I'm the only one who can understand that. But like, now I'm looking at myself and I'm like, why are you drawing? Why are you not taking pictures? Why are you not planning a photo shoot? Why are you not doing that? Why are you not focusing on photography? But I'm like, Dao, you are an artist. Do you shame yourself for trying to make music? Do you shame yourself for trying to do other forms of art? No, you don't. But this, painting and spending so much time on this, you really are upset with yourself because of that? Like, why would you be so upset? Like, I understand you worked so hard to photography for photography. And I think the reason is that I feel like me actually not doing what I want to do, photography, you know, like, I'm giving people the power to tell me, yeah, see, you didn't become a photographer, so you did everything for naught. You know, we were right. You are not going to be a photographer. You're not going to take pictures because you're actually not interested in pictures, because you're not actually interested in this. And you took all this for nothing, and we were right. Like, no. You're awful. Awful, awful, awful. Really awful. And I understand it's coming from that point of view. And I'm like, no. I know you don't want to get them. You don't want them to be right, because they're not right, actually. They really aren't. Just because I don't do photography, like, super main, doesn't mean anything. I'm an artist, period. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, oh my god, you're doing another art form, you're cheating. Like, I'm cheating on my art? Like, make that make sense. But it does feel like that a little bit. I'm trying to get rid of the blue. I'm like, where else can I put this MF blue? Like, I need to like hold it by here. There's some right here. Wait a minute, this is day, wait. This is day 3. I drew this on day 3. The 3rd of January. Okay, I'm hiding the paint. Because I knew that this was not enough for the daily streak. Okay. This is awful. Okay, I'm just gonna put the water in the cuppy. And I feel like, oh my god, you did darkroom photography. You know, I'll be honest with my experience of last year, like, well, last semester, because I took black and white film class, and it was awesome, actually. It was a big eye-opener for me. But like, my brain is like, no, because see, this proved to me and to everyone that you are not a real photographer, that you are not this and that. And I'm like, dude, stop. Just because we're worried about whoever thinks. And my reaction to that semester, because I had like 5 breakdowns when I read the syllabus and it said it was a black and white film darkroom photography, because I'm like, I have beef with the darkroom. Like, actually, because it's like, I never knew how to take good prints, so I always look at the black and white stuff and I'm like, wow, those are like real. You know, there's no such thing as real photographers. There really isn't. The thing is falling off. And so I feel like when I took the course, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna do great because I didn't do great in the past. So this is gonna be an awful time. And it didn't turn out to be that bad. It really didn't. It was actually pretty good. I need a little bit more dark. I'm not like a huge, amazing, awesome color matching, so like this might not look great. It already isn't, but whatever. I'm having fun. But like, I don't know. I took the class and I'm like, whatever, right? Huge, like, okay. Also, maybe I want to do this transparency thing better here. But I actually learned a lot of different things, and I'm really happy with the semester. I just feel like, first of all, I'm coping, or like kind of like getting on my feet for real, because I just left high school, and that's a big impact on how I react to college. Because, like, dude, like, what am I supposed to do here? I don't know, like, I'm the fool, okay? Persona 5 reference. I'm the fool. And I'm silly, goofy, haha. I am messing up left and right. And that's perfectly fine, because that's my journey. But I feel like I shame myself for that. I'm like, you should have done better. 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 And I'm like, what should I have done better? Like, what do you mean? I tried my best. Is my best not enough for you? For me? Really, is it not? And it's this whole thing. But the one thing I really wanted to mention was that I feel like going to the dark room here at where I'm going, it really like healed the beef I had with the dark room. Now I look at the dark room and I don't feel anything bad, really. I don't feel that same emotion I used to feel before. I don't feel that whole like, ugh, the dark room, so bad. No, I feel, oh my god, please. I feel like it healed. Oh my god, okay. It really did, in my perspective. We need more brown. And I was also taking other classes, so it's like, it's not just a stress of that, it's a stress of just knowing how to handle everything. And that's perfectly fine. I said I need this more transparent, so oopsie. Oh my gosh, wait, I can make this better, hold on. It's a weird emotion for sure. I'm still happy that I went to the class, but I feel like, okay, yes, I think I found out what it was here. It's the fact that I love studio. I love being at a studio. Oh shit. Painting. No, hold on, stop. You're not thinking. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm like painting, close tab, broken, question mark. Like that's what my commands in my brain sound like, and I'm like, wait, you're trying to make thoughts happen. Stop. You need to actually chill. Hold on. What if I paint on one of these? No, Dal, stop doing that. Don't do that. Here, you can start painting this side since it's gonna be inked anyway. She lost her Tony. She lost her book. What's it called? Copa. Now she's lost her mind at the Copa. Copacabana. Na 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 na. That was my childhood song, but now I don't know how to feel about it. She lost her Tony, she lost her Copa. Now she's lost her mind at the Copa. Copacabana. Yeah, I was like, why is it dry? I was like, why is it so dry? Because it kind of, oh my god, dude, there's a whole ass circle now. Where a sec. there was a circle. That's the thing, I don't know how this is gonna go down, this one. Like, I low-key got like nothing to base anything off. But I need to put this somewhere, so I'm kind of like... Oh, wait a minute. I'm silly. I'm so silly. Hold on. I was supposed to... No, I was supposed to put it... Okay, I got distracted. Let me just finish talking about the darkroom real quick. Or I don't even know, man. This is the weird-ass thing here. That looks green. Okay, the whole thing is that I think I didn't do great because I feel like I didn't do the darkroom, the people there, the professor and everyone, a good job. Like, I didn't do my magic. I didn't do my thing. Like, I wasn't able to actually slay, if that makes sense. Like, when you enter a class, you try your best, and usually that best comes with an outcome, and that outcome is something very specific that has a feeling, it has a vibe, it has actual accomplishments, it has like titles, it has things, experiences, learned lessons, etc. And it proves your value. It proves that you do what you do, right, etc. Like, I hope that makes sense. I need to put it on here instead. Hold on. Like, it just kind of... It's a whole reflection, essentially. We're making highlights here without intention. Hold on. Without wanting them, you know what I mean? Well, anyway. So I feel like that whole... Like, I didn't do what I could do because I didn't want to, or why. But I feel kind of weirdly awful about it. And I'm like, no, now they're gonna think I'm not really, like, and it's the whole thing of, like, I do like taking pictures. I like photography. And just because, oh yeah, here, we're gonna show you how it's done. We're gonna teach you these things and this and that. Just because of that and me not reacting the way that, quote unquote, I should be, that doesn't mean anything. You know, like, that doesn't mean that, I'm not a photographer. That doesn't mean anything at all. So it's like a whole thing that I didn't do my job right, quote unquote. Like, so it's like I feel like I quote unquote left photography because, oh, you're not really a photographer, you never really were, and now is a time that you wasted all these years trying to be a photographer, that this and this and that. And I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? What's actually wrong with you? Like, what would you say something like that? But that is how I feel. And me going into drawing and taking like time to draw and stuff and not having my camera on me the whole time makes me feel like dookie, because I'm like, I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But I also remind myself, hey, you need a break from what you do. This is kind of like promising someone that you would go watch the movies with them and then you don't go and you feel like dookie, and then you stop hanging out with them because of other reasons, but then you feel like a bad friend because you're like, wait, I'm not hanging out with this person, I'm not spending time with this person like I should be, I'm not actually going to what I'm telling myself I would do. I'm not making up, like, you know, it's kind of like being a bad friend, and it's like what? But I actually care about this person. It's just that there's so much going on for me on the other side, and also I'm meeting new people, and these people are like different, and I've known this person my whole life. It's like I can finally, like, not finally, but I can actually explore other things. I can, people, you know, they have a different vibe, they have a different group, they have a different interest, they have different things to teach me. So, a different time to spend. So it's like, that's how I feel with photography right now. And I feel like a little bit of an imposter because I'm not really hanging out with photography, I guess, with my camera, with what I do. Additionally, it's because I lack a studio. That's an excuse, but it is what it is, because, you know, I do like the the photography in a studio, and I was in a studio in and out, like, trust me, in high school. And I lived in there, basically. That was my home. I cleaned it. I worked there. I invited people there. I like to, for shoots. And this whole jazz, right? But I'm also living, you know? I'm growing, and I'm living, and I'm doing things. And I know this is good for me. It's just an internal monologue that is within me that I'm shaming myself for. Like, wow, you're taking time for yourself, and you're not taking time for your so-and-so career that you chose 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and you're not actually doing it? What an awful bad person that's not keeping up to their word. And I'm like, well, nope, I am keeping up to my word. It's just, I can't take pictures right now. I can't. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, just do it anyway? Like, what? No, I want to do what I want to do. I'm not just a photographer. I am an artist. When you ask me who I am, I'm not my name. I am an artist. Period. Everything I do has to do with art. Every single thing I do every single day, in my opinion, has to do with how I perceive art. So, it's this whole thing. I get angry. And technically this is it for this painting, because it was just a flat color painting. It's like, I don't even know what to call it, man. It's just the blue sky, this brown, these walls, and the person there. I feel like that's actually me right now. That looks like me right now. I feel that way too. I'm not just a photographer. I am an artist. That's that. I don't know what you want me to tell you. That, oh no, I'm not an artist, I'm this, and like, dude, Thou, you are so many things. You can't just say that, I don't know, you can't just say that you're betraying the other art forms if you are not focusing on it because you chose to prioritize it for 6 years. From 12 years old to 18 years old, prioritized it. Like, count that. That's 6 years of photography in my mind. And occasional doodles, because again, I'm an artist. And occasional songwritings, because I'm an artist. And occasional choreographies and dances, because I'm an artist. Right? Occasional books written. Occasional stories, OCs, original characters. Story making, story designing, character designing, architecture, literally, fashion design. All those things. Designing my room, what I wear, what I like, who I am. A lot of art stuff. And I know photography was number 1, but even then, there's so much more to me than just one thing. And just because a semester, just because I didn't prove to everyone in a semester that I am actually a photographer, doesn't mean anything. Everyone in there is a photographer. You know, whoever wants to call themselves a photographer is one. Now, are they really? Are we to judge? You know? I mean, sometimes we are. If it relates to our world. but I'm not a black and white film person. I'm not a darkened person. So being put in a place where they call themselves photographers, but I am not really a black, I'm not a photographer from there. You know, I'm not from there. But so it's like a whole thing of, how do I call myself a photographer if I'm not a photographer here? I don't take black and white film. I understand the basis of it is black and white, because, you know, you should start like that, but you know. Can I use this as glue? Ah! I'll probably paste this somewhere else. I cut it off right now. It's cute. That was exhausting, actually, talking about that. I have a headache. It's just awful, because again, I feel like I betrayed my own stuff, and it's not like that, or that I'm a faker, I'm a poser. But the fact that I feel that way is like, why do you feel so threatened? It's because photography just means so much to me. So like, when there's that whole like, oh, like I'm in a room full of photographers and we're all doing the same thing, but like I crave the studio, I crave the light control, I crave everything in a place of absolute control. I crave being able to adjust these things without having to like experiment. Like, it's just such, that semester was just such a huge experiment for me, an exploration, that I feel like I wasn't really, it's just a new form of photography for me, like really actually different, that I'm like, ooh, like, what am I supposed to be doing? What theme am I supposed to be doing? I'm just supposed to be shooting what's around me? Like, what am I doing? Like, it was just a lot of confusion, a lot of experiment, a lot of new things, and first semester of college, you know? I'm like, ugh, I'm not great. It's like starting to run for a marathon and you can't make it a mile at all. You can't make it anything. You're only running here and there, and you're like, I'm not really a runner. I just walk. But you've been swimming your whole life. You've been using your legs. Your legs are so incredibly strong. You can definitely, you have the stamina, you have the muscles, you have everything. But then, it's on the ground. Like, it's weird, it's different, and ugh. So that's kind of how I felt, and I feel bad for feeling like that in the first place. So I think it's a lot of different things for me. But yeah, that's that. Today was a serious kind of talk. Yeah. Also woke up at 5 p.m. and that was awful. I mentioned that the first thing I mentioned on the video was that. Do I have metallic purple? I would love to add metallic purple on me. But I also think about what the professor today said about if you're a photographer or you're a CEO or whatever, what happens if one day you're no longer that CEO? Would you, like, everything, don't put your eggs in one basket. If you consider that to be you, what happens when you are no longer that you? You have a crisis. And it's kind of like, I feel that kind of, maybe I'm overthinking it, but, you know, I feel like that. Like, what happens if I'm no longer a photographer? Oh my god, stop. You know what I said, actually? I'll become a drawer, a painter. So I feel like I'm kind of doing that. If that makes sense. I had to actually make this into an actual, because I wasn't sure how to do this. Like, it looks so stiff. This one's fine. This one's like here. that's where I need to do the eraser. It's brand new, guys. Welcome to the melty land. I am from the future. Save me from the future. I am from the future. Na 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 na, 18 Nissan. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Now come to a melty land. Na 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 na. Also, when I mentioned that professor earlier, that was for the spring semester professor, which I had class earlier that day, I think. But yeah. That's awful. That's really bad. What the What if I just lined it? What if I just did it? What if I just said fuck it, we ball? What if I just I guess things like that feel a little weird to me. Oh shit.